the last bit of business that we are going to take care of, per usual, Fantasy League. So I'm going to pass this over to Mr. Payton.
Hey, y'all. Lots of big things went down this week in the Fantasy League. We started our second session, which means our waiver wire resets. We'll be taking care of our subs in a minute. But, man, point values have changed drastically. Most importantly, poor Drew White and the Drew crew suffered a 100-point penalty thanks to good old Dave Bautista walking out on the company. I tell you, when I put that rule in there, I really wasn't sure if anybody was actually going to suffer it because I figured people would have the foresight to drop someone off their team before anything like that happened.
Like Tony did?
Like Brie Bella.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Was I on last week?
Do you have email or do you have Facebook or do you have anything to get in contact with the outside world?
Well, obviously, since I'm on here right now, I do not have any of those things.
Oh.
So...
Okay, well, to give you guys an update on the scores, in last place still, Mr. Steven Juego with 125 points. However, he is not too far behind the fifth place Miguel Leon's team best for business with 135 points. Sitting down in fourth place, also not too far ahead of them, Tony Mango's Tony's Tykes with 146 points. Falling down to third place after that big penalty is Drew White's the Drew crew with 184 points, which means Sean Walker's Team Homeless has bumped up to second place with 208 points. And my team Next Gen still sitting pretty way up in first place with 358 points. Tell you what, I drafted some winners there. So let's take care of some substitutions because I know you guys definitely got some of them you want to do. Definitely Drew does at the very least. However, we have to go according to the order of who has the least amount of points. It's only the fair thing to do. So, Mr. Juego, you have first choice.
I'm actually going to keep my team the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they've actually done Big Show. I was considering picking up Big Show, but here's the thing. He occasionally comes out and knocks Damien Sandow out. Some weeks he won't. El Torito's going to be pretty much there each week, and he occasionally has a pay-per-view match, and he's picked me up points on 2 separate occasions now. And Paul Heyman's a constant each week as long as he comes out with Cesaro. So, as far as I'm concerned, I didn't actually have a guy that lost me any points this week. So,
that's fair.
I'm keeping it the way. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
You're not going to pick up Paul Heyman Sandow?
All right. Well, that brings us to Miguel Leon, who's not here, hasn't sent me any messages. So next would be Tony Mango.
I really, really want to echo the same point I mentioned last week of wanting to switch up a couple different people, but there's nobody that I really think is going to end up being that much more of a benefit. So as much as I had thought about picking up Cody Rhodes or Mark Henry or Kofi or Sandow or whatever, I don't think that I can.
All right. Well, that brings us to Sean Walker. Also has not been in touch with me for any trades. So, Mr. Drew White, on you.
Well, since, my team's kind of fucked because of Batista. You're
not going to keep him?
As much as my heart wants to, no, I don't. So, I'm going to drop Batista, and I'm going to pick up the Big Show.
Well,
it's
the Big Show.
It's the potato.
Well, that would bring it to me next. And I tell you what, I got to get rid of someone who's going to be poison for me if I try to hold on to him any longer. I'm just going to go ahead and admit it's not a work. I'm going to believe that now.
Okay, so...
Yeah, I'm dropping CM Punk. And in his place, I think the best candidate for me to grab would be Cody Rhodes. I'm curious about what they're doing with him, and if he's not going to be wrestling and he's just going to be looking at a monitor, hey, that's getting me appearance points. And if this actually does go somewhere, then hey, that's more points for me later on. So, Wago and Tony, just really quick, you got Batista and you got CM Punk on the table. Does that change any of your minds about making a trade?
Hell no.
Nope.
All right. Well, then that'll conclude all
done.
business. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Go ahead, Drew.
All right, I'm going to drop Nikki Bella, and I'm going to pick up DX, Curtis Axel.
Wow. Okay. Drew White making 2 trades. Now we got Nikki Bella for Curtis Axel. Drew, anything else for you, dude?
You're feeling kid.
As of right now, no.
All right. Well, then that concludes all the business this week for the Fantasy League. For the current standings and all the other things you want to check out involving it, go to keepingkayfabe.com or the official Keeping Kayfabe Facebook page, facebook.com/keepingkayfabe.
All right, guys. One last thing to do after that. Plug time. Drew, you're up first.
Oh man, I'm not gonna fuck it up this week. So on Thursday nights we have a show on Mega Powers Radio called Sports Talk Weekly, and as you can tell, it's about sports. I'm on there, so it's Chris Jester, a regular on this show. Tomorrow it will be at 7 o'clock. As of right now, isn't that right, Peyton?
Yes. Yeah, we're doing a special time because there's the championships or whatever going on this Thursday.
Yeah, there's basketball NBA championships going on at 9 o'clock, and it's just so that you can be able to watch both us and listen to us and watch the game. So for that, be sure to tune in tomorrow at 7 o'clock here on Mega Powers Radio. So, hey, that's something to keep in mind. And that's about it for me. Drew Crew, Tony Tykes suck, like always. And, yeah.
Mr. Payton?
Oh, if you enjoyed all the hijinks you heard here, you should hear us when we are live and we can't hold anything back. And you can do that every single Monday night after Raw on Mega Powers Radio for our Raw post show. We give our live thoughts. You should have heard us this Monday immediately after the turn from Seth Rollins. We were rendered absolutely speechless. You could have been speechless, too, if you were there. Many of you were. We know Awesome Piano Man has been joining us there when he can. I think Habit Man has popped in once in a while. But if you haven't yet, get over there because not only do we talk, but we want to hear what you got to say, too. We have a chat room rolling. We got a phone line. You can dial in and get your voice heard along with us. Lots of fun. Join us Mondays, megapowersradio.com.
Yeah, I can't. Wago.
All right, so if you want to check out any mixed martial arts coverage, you can check out udmma.com, twitter.com/udmma, and facebook.com/udmma. Also, be sure to check out Addicted to Anime on Mega Powers Radio. It's a monthly show that we do covering various animes and various anime movies that come out. Next, we're going to be reviewing Cowboy Bebop. As soon as we've got a time, we'll let you know. But for all updates, go to facebook.com/addictedanimefans and check us out.
All right, guys. Next week, I am not 100% positive what we're going to do for our special feature. If you guys have sent in enough questions for the mailbag, we'll be doing that. If not, we'll do that the week afterward. There are a couple things that I've been kind of going back and forth between, maybe having a top rope list of the most bankable stars, kind of a pun on the Money in the Bank thing coming up. Maybe we'll do another heel or face. Maybe we'll do a finisher versus finisher. I don't know. Tell us what you think that you would want to see for this week or this upcoming week and the week after that, and we'll factor that in. We will be doing the next round, part 2 of the Divas tournament. So stay tuned for that as well. Make sure you get those votes in. Send in those mailbag questions. Send in those comments. Like us. Follow us. Subscribe to us. All the other kind of stuff like that. iTunes, Stitcher, blah, 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 blah. SmarkOutMoment.com. A Mango Tree. Fanboys Anonymous. Plugs, plugs, plugs. You know the deal by now, guys. This has been another Smark Out Moment, and we're being counted out.
Outro, 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 the big guy. The big guy. The big guy.
The big guys. Who would have thought? The big guys with our shirts
and our sock hats.
and our spandex and meat.